In this video, we'll be finally taking a look at Melbourne's closed and abandoned stations for the third time in this third installment of my Melbourne's closed and abandoned station series. Without further ado, let's get into our first station for today's video. North Carlton Railway Station was located on the Inner Circle line in Melbourne's north. The station originally opened in May 1885 and, however, was closed in 1948 to passengers. North Carlton, however, was still used for special event services. A fun fact about North Carlton Station is that the station master was actually living there until the 1970s. And that's why in this photo you can see a fence surrounding the station building as it was used as a residence. In 1981, the Inner Circle line between Royal Park and Fitzroy was shut down. This meant that the tracks ripped up outside of North Carlton Station, and eventually it was converted into a community space. I quite like how they keep the rail reservation using a rail trail here on the Inner Circle line. I also like how they've made the whole station and surrounding area into like a garden and a nice place to hang out. Overall, I quite like the approach of North Carlton's disused station. I like how they've turned the train station into a nice community area, and this is definitely an example for other disused or abandoned stations in Melbourne. Lyndhurst Station was located on the South Gippsland line. The station served services to Yarram and Leongatha. Lyndhurst originally opened in 1888. The station was closed in 1981 when South Gippsland services stopped running. Services would start running again in 1984, however, the station was underutilised, so the government didn't bother opening it again. You may see the photo and think this station is nowhere near Melbourne. However, you would be wrong. This station nowadays is located between Dandenong and Lynbrook stations and is only 38 kilometres from Melbourne's central business district. Unfortunately nowadays nothing remains of Lyndhurst Station. Did you know that Williamstown Station was actually not the original terminus of the Williamstown line? The line's original terminus was actually Williamstown Pier. Williamstown Pier Station opened as Pier in January 1859. It was opened to serve the Williamstown Docks district. The station actually contained a goods yard, which was used until the 1960s. By mid-1978, the station building was demolished, and the last service terminated at Williamstown Pier on the 25th of March 1987, following a derailment. Unfortunately today, there is not much evidence remaining that the Williamstown Pier station ever existed. There used to be some tracks that headed in the direction of the old line at Williamstown Station. This used to be the last remains of the station. However, since the North Williamstown Station was opened, these tracks have been removed. Mont Albert, alongside Surrey Hills, is Melbourne's most recently closed station. It was originally opened in August of 1890. However, the station only closed this year in February 2023. Mont Albert Station exists to serve the suburb of Mont Albert, which was named after the consort of Queen Victoria. In the 1960s, the line was being duplicated, and the second platform at Mont Albert was converted to an island platform, and there was 3 platforms at Mont Albert Station from that point. In 2020, it was confirmed that Mont Albert Station, along with Surrey Hills Station, would combine and create a new station. This would mean the demolition of both of the stations. However, the heritage-listed original station building at Mont Albert would be converted into a community centre, similar to Mentone Station and Clayton. The new Union Station is quite nice and I love the design. However, it does feel quite repetitive and similar to stations like Glen Huntly and other new stations on the network. Overall, Mont Albert will be remembered as that station I got spark blocked at. South Melbourne Station was a station on the St Kilda line. The original South Melbourne railway station was opened as Emerald Hill in 1858 and was renamed to South Melbourne in 1884. In the year 1980, the Loney Report was released and it recommended for the Port Melbourne railway line as well as the St Kilda railway line, which South Melbourne Station was located on, to be closed and replaced with buses. However, the Victorian State Government opted for the St Kilda and Port Melbourne lines to be replaced by trams instead of buses. And by 1987, the St Kilda line was closed and replaced with the Route 96 tram. Today, the station platforms have been fenced off and the station building was converted to a childcare centre. If you liked the video, remember to leave a thumbs up and I'd love to hear some of your feedback and thoughts on this in the comment section. Thank you for watching.